Hello everybody, welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 12. Once again, do not put any stock into that little logo
Take
up
it
there.
up there.
I'm Anani, and with me here is Randy.
Hello.
And guess what? We found Ocelot in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
This is factually incorrect, but
Yeah,
I'm willing to forgive this.
yeah, we went back to Las Vegas and we found him in the coin slot of a one-armed bandit. We actually had to get 3 7s to get him out of the machine, but you know what? He's back, and that's the important part. Today, we're doing Smells Like Team Spirit, or rather, Smell Like Team Spirit, only one, versus Radiant Straits. Here we go.
It's kind of messed up. Radiant Straits is on Dire.
Yeah, we're not gonna
that's
be
messed up.
we're not gonna be calling Radiant Straits this time for obvious reasons. This is gonna be one of those Radiant versus Dire games, and when we say Radiant, we mean the real Radiant,
And
not the fake
I
Radiant.
can't call that Team Spirit because I'll get sued.
Yeah, Miposhka's got our number.
Yeah, my post will show up to my house and be like, "Comrade, stop."
Radiant Straits starts off with a Puck ban. Puck is a very interesting first ban here. What's a first ban Puck mean to you guys?
Definitely means they're looking for somebody who can't really perform when silenced or otherwise confined to a small area.
Right.
Pretty medium range infighter that definitely wants to get all their abilities out.
I'm
Be able to roam around.
None of the spirits really like Puck, so it could mean one of those.
Good. Witch Doctor also going down. It's looking like Radiant Straits doesn't want to fight like a little small confined team fight. They want to be able to spread out and be as mobile and aggressive as they want to.
Yeah,
Whereas,
and Witch Doctor would also counter two-man ganks.
Team Spirit just wants to get rid of long-term lockdown sort of stuns. Unfortunately, they didn't get
Yeah.
Lion.
Your kind of generico supports of the current meta.
First picks Lion and Ogre, two very. It feels like Ogre has had like a 100% attendance rate at this show so far.
Ooh, there's a unique one, Sand King. I like that.
We had a Sand King in one of the games that you didn't that you were still in Vegas for actually.
Windrunner, that could also explain the Puck.
Very early Windrunner pick there. It's very ballsy. Windrunner is one of those heroes who's easy to counter but hard to stop if you don't have one. So it'll be interesting to see if Team Spirit makes a strong response to it. You also have to consider where Windrunner is going to be going, or Wind Ranger, if you so prefer, is going to be
Interesting
going.
ban on Wraith King. I don't really know what they've got in their lineup. They've got planned to really afford a ban against him, but... And then they banned Anti-Mage.
Yeah,
Spirit.
the Anti-Mage ban means two things, either Storm Spirit or Medusa, generally.
Could be OD,
Yeah.
Pugna even.
Yeah, it could be them, but right
Pugna
now...
and Ogre, or even Pugna Sand King can be really damn devastating.
Also got rid of Ricky for some reason. I don't know what a Ricky ban signifies, other than maybe they want to pick whatever the opposite of Bounty Hunter is.
Yeah.
Down goes that Queen of Pain as well. No surprise, Quap's going down. Quap's kind of everywhere at the moment, and if Quap is getting banned, they're at least considering running Windrunner mid, I think.
Yep. That's also why the Puck ban would be there.
Yep. It's a very interesting strategy picking Windrunner this early, because not only can Windrunner go to multiple lanes, a lot of people can play Windrunner. It's not a very complicated hero. It's the one that a lot of people have on their sort of radar. And to that end, you can easily pick Windrunner early and then determine where she's going later on. Here's a Hoodwink pick.
Ugh, amazing.
And there we go.
Immediate.
Spicy.
Yep.
Really
immediate.
spicy. Two pick heroes that can combo really well with any of the other current pick heroes they've got. I don't know what they're going for exactly, but I can almost predict that they're trying to counteract some... Ooh.
A Brewmaster.
What
huh?
is this? I feel like they're building up to something here.
Brewmaster definitely also be part of that Puck ban, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, another hero that definitely needs every bit of space they can to run around and freely fight without being too hindered, restricted, or silenced.
Maybe
Yep.
one of the more low-key, powerful team fight ultis in the game, Primal Split. You have to be very aware of it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when it's up.
It can turn things around in really short order.
And
Not
some
only,
heroes on their own just cannot fight them.
not only does the Primal Split give you a great ability to fight, it also gives you perhaps even better ability to disengage. You know, that Cyclone basically just takes somebody entirely out of the fight. So you can
Now, what I'm
easily pop
imagining-
Primal Split to just get somebody out of there.
Now, what I'm imagining is they have a lot of stun, like a ton of stun in CC, but they have very either rapid fire damage or they have tons of burst. They've got strong lineup to just pick. Approximately damage-wise, we're talking within the span of about 15 seconds. They can kill off about, like, 2, maybe 3 heroes just between their ults alone.
Right, and they also
Now-
have 2 very squishy heroes on the Radiant lineup so far, and Sand King and Hoodwink, that are going to have to deal with that.
Hoodwink's never close to a fight, typically. She just dips in to throw the acorn and then just runs away. And
That's
ults.
true, but on the other hand, she's also got Neeks to worry about, who can be prowling around on that back line. And,
That's
beating
true. Neeks with a blink, or heck, I've actually seen Neeks in some cases build really unexpected stuff like Force Staff just to make gap closing easier.
her. Right. Hoodwink is going to be in a very unenviable position right here. It's like, smells like Team Spirit maybe had a bit of a
So
curveball there.
it's a core Weaver.
Could be core, it could be support. I think you could either... Weaver and Sand King are definitely going to be the 3 and the 4 so far, perhaps. It's just hard to see, perhaps, where. At least that's my guess. You could see Hoodwink also in one of those slots.
Yeah, I think it'll be Hoodwink, Sand King in the off lane, and then Weaver 1. So we need a mid.
Radiant Straits is banning a
Pretty
lot
sure
of
those
it
this.
concurs with that.
Storm out of the picture. I don't know what their big 5 is going to be for either team, because there's definitely something, I wouldn't say unorthodox, but something sort of left field here that they're going to go for that is just waiting to be set up with the current picks.
Right, they're definitely, these teams are both definitely leading to something, and what they're leading to, definitely. It's very interesting to see how that's going to go. I think the Storm Spirit ban was probably smart. That Anti-Mage ban hasn't really been justified yet, so it's not a bad idea to get Storm out of the pool.
Well, I don't know. They still got one more ban left. That could be all the evidence we need to make a judgment on it, but Spectre is a hero who's really good at just being wherever she needs to be on a specific person. Monkey King and Anti-Mage much the same. Even Mirana does that, so... Life Stealer.
Get rid of the Life Stealer. They're thinking about
Someone
a Life
who's
Stealer
very
Nyx
tanky
combo.
and doesn't... Yeah, that would be a pretty gross thing to have on their team. One big Magic Commune tanky guy that can just walk into a fight, soak a ton of damage, rip apart their tankiest heroes, and just generally not care. Yeah, that is a necessary ban, I'd say.
5 seconds remaining.
So we need a 2 and a 1. Well, 1 right now.
Alright, we're dipping into reserve time.
Yeah, as I said, one
They've been pretty quick with their picks. Yeah, they've
Radiant's-
been really...
Radiant Straits on the Dire has a lot of time to think about this, but they did not
Here we
want to
go.
take it. We got Alchemist.
There it is. There it is. Alchemist.
1.
He's got 4 heroes in his supporting group lineup that can easily deal with team fights, honest to God, without him. They can rip apart team fights. They can get picks even. Just casual picks to force them to back off unless they really feel like committing on it. And if Alchemist is just left to farm, this is the setup to do it.
On top of that, they also got a really nasty combination between Alchemist's big puddle of 7-Up and Windrunner's ult.
Oh yeah, that is not a very favorable outcome for their team. They best pick something that's got, this is sort of strange, right? But if Weaver's going to be a 1, I feel like they could use an AA on their team.
They
Surprise
could use an
5
AA.
pick. It wouldn't be a big carry pick, but AA's got really good counterplay towards like 3 of these 5 heroes.
Right. He's also going to be
AA, they say TA.
TA. Well, he got 1 letter right anyway.
Well, at the very least, TA does have the damage capacity to kill Brew, Alk, and if she gets a Monkey King bar, maybe even Wind Ranger. But this is a pretty big toss-up here. Their teams are, I wouldn't go so far as to say even, and I'm gonna be honest, it seems very, very tilted in Straight's favor.
The biggest thing I will say, as far as the TA pick, is that TA is going to be more or less invincible to the supports. I mean, she's going to be stunned, but she's not going to be taking any damage from any of these guys. Particularly Lion has absolutely no response to the shield, basically. Now, on the other hand, the core, she's going to have a
mess with it.
She's going to have a tough time dealing with the core, as Windrunner, Brewmaster, and Alchemist all have at least one answer apiece to that shield, so it's a very Seal Clubber sort of pick. She wants to beat up the supports and take as few fights from the cores as possible until she's got something else to do besides just that shield.
I don't think they outskill Alchemist, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Dyer has a late game advantage. Certainly, it's going to come down to execution for Team Spirit, because I think Team Spirit, generally speaking, has the better team fight. If they can get organized, they can definitely have a really good team fight. But they got...
And here we go.
They got not a lot of CC to back up what they're dishing out. So it's going to be very tenuous. They're going to have to definitely execute it well. They're definitely going to have to execute it well. So... let's do our little lineup, shall we? If you weren't so damn dead, I'd shoot you again.
How dare you?
On number 1, pause 1, on the Smells Like Team Spirit on Radiant, we've got Pebkak, who probably has a Russian name, just like a Kyrillic name or something, or maybe that's an acronym. I don't know. Everybody get your chat wheel lines out of the system now. Tybor is on what I believe to be either 3 or 4 here on Sand King. Diva D is on the opposite position on Hoodwink. Brewmaster is now feeling it. Alex is our position 2. Alex is just somebody's name. I really like that.
Yeah.
Alex looking like might
I
be
hate
a little
everything.
bit of a... Yep. Yeah, it's true. It's I Hate Everything's name. Shouts to I Hate Everything. He's not watching this cast. And Spaz, who is our pause 5, almost certainly down here on Ogre Magi. SpazIsASpaz is Spaz's full name, so big high 5 competition going here on Radiant Straits. Lambert is their position 1, playing Alchemist this game. Their position 2 being...
by magic mushrooms. Wow.
Yeah. Their position 2 is Princess, who is both in the clan Marcy and sponsored by Marcy.
That seems like a conflict of interest.
Yeah. Lad of Lads is their position 3 here on Brewmaster. He's sponsored by Road to Herald. Very even split of the bounty runes here. Nobody really wanted to fight for this. Cranberry Sprite is on our position 4 here on the Nyx Assassin. And finally, we've got Magician on position 5 on Lion. So, looks like we got maybe a tri-lane situation up here at top. Weaver, Sand King, and Hoodwink all kind of hanging around up here. Whereas Spaz is just, okay, Weaver just wanted to buy a little bit of time, maybe see if something was happening, but he's just out of here. Tell you it's a lane comp that you really don't want to be facing is Weaver and Ogre Magi. It's a very mean combination of guys. Just one dude that's really hard to kill and one dude that's really hard to kill in a very different way.
Nyx and Brew are good defensively as well, so I don't know if it might be a little bit of a stalemate.
Brew is fairly tanky in the early game, but he doesn't have the ability to spam his skills quite as well as Ogre does to counteract it.
Yeah.
Alchemist starting out with that 7-up. Got a little bit of a fight here in the jungle as well. Quickly got him to 2. He's already got that Greed going. Looks like we have a little bit of an interesting encounter here as TA dives the T1 going for Princess Marcy Windrunner there. Up, Ogre.
Ooh.
Caught out a little bit, just gonna lose over half his HP.
Keep it PMA, keep it BSJ.
Keep it PMA, keep it BSJ. Alright.
Alright. Pyrian Flax. What's Pyrian Flax been doing recently?
Why are you asking me? That's a name I haven't heard in like a decade, it feels like.
He was at TI, he did the stupid history of the game thing or whatever.
Nice.
Talking about deleted items.
He was at TI being like, he has a stout shield. Alright,
Yeah.
got it. Looks like a lot of very, we got the cool combat music because Brewmaster in a lot of trouble here, and that's it for him.
First blood.
He's gonna die to ignite.
Yep, beer, the beer just lit up on him.
I just
Should've
realized that
struck
both
through.
bottom lanes have a bug and a big guy on their
Oh,
side.
Alchemist. Oh boy. Alright, trade.
This might be a bit more than a trade. Yeah, Lion's really messed up here.
Ah, he's dead.
Yep, bro.
Nope.
No!
There's no mana.
Oh, he barely got away with that.
Yeah, he got body blocked by one of his own creeps, Sand King did. That's very sad
It's
for
a-
him.
It's a 1-for-1, I assume, support for core trade, yeah.
Yeah, it's not what Dyer wants to see, really. Lion just getting right back to work. On the other hand, we got this little funny little pull versus pull situation. Oh no, SpazIsASpaz courier. He was so young.
That's very sad.
Has been killed.
Another courier kill by the Nyx assassin. Dude, talk about an assassin, right? This guy's assassinating all the couriers out here.
Yeah, he is.
Peak bounty hunter gameplay in a way.
Yeah. Sand King got his tranks.
Oof.
Lion's looking pretty low again, but I think
yeah,
he's
he's
fine.
playing a really
Sorry,
dangerous
there.
game.
Yeah, Sand King had the mana to do something there. He was probably dead, but luckily Sand King has been mostly just kind of sandstorming his feet. Let's take a look at this last hits chart. Oh, that's two faces you don't want to see at the top of the last hits chart, and then third phase for Dyer. They've definitely been, even though there's been quite a stalemate as far as getting actual kills here so far.
Yeah,
The
they're
Dyer
safely
definitely.
having some issues.
Yeah, their Dyer is definitely on top so far as last hitting goes. Pretty safely. I got the funny combat music again. Oh, it's from mid. I was looking at the wrong lane.
Yeah,
TA
that's very
just
sad.
kind of casually does. It's okay. We can find out what happened through the magic of this player. It's
Yeah,
hard to
No,
figure it out. Oh,
that's a bad stun and auto down.
just very unlucky.
That's
sentry.
just inside the sentry range too.
Yep.
Alright,
Just
good sentry.
unfortunate.
Saw that coming.
Another courier dies on our watch. Jeez, this is a bad game for couriers. Well, it's part of the couriers union. I'd definitely ask for some hazard pay after this.
Middle tower is under attack.
Neeks is in some really big trouble here. He's not gonna get away with this.
Oh, Carapace.
Oh,
he's
no,
still
that's
dead.
not enough.
Yep,
Oh,
he's fine.
No,
He's getting
wait,
out of here.
Tower's gonna get it. Yeah,
Ugh.
man. They, I wouldn't call that an even trade, but it was bloody on both sides.
Alchemist finds it pretty funny.
Black eyes, busted lips, but nobody's dead yet.
Yeah, they just got really a set of 10 heroes that are kind of hard to just put down here in the lane phase.
Yeah, aside from maybe like Alchemist.
Yeah. The only one who's that easy to put down is Alchemist. Even then, he still has his tricks. So, and he's in the lane up against two people who are going to be able to mess with him a lot, mess with his farm a lot. He has notably dropped quite considerably in this last hit ranking chart, but not really
Of course,
do the job.
21 last hits for Elk is like 31 last hits for anyone else practically, so
That's true. But imagine the world we'd be living in if he had 31 last hits right now.
that's true.
Sand King got a little caught out. Lost a lot of his HP and mana for really no gain. Trying to like do a hostile pull here. And Lion attempts to mess it up, but Sand King gets literally all of it anyway. That's always a bit unfortunate.
Man, remember when Sand King's W required you to actually stand still and getting stunned or anything would just knock you out of it?
Yeah, it's a very sad days for Sand King pickers.
Yeah. I have to point out here that old Nyx Assassin's been spending a lot of time in that Radiant jungle there. It's a little low level and doesn't have much to show for it.
I feel like someone needs to call in a gank on any lane, really. Like, really, you could send Weaver, even Weaver deviating from lane to go kill out top could work.
Yeah. It's two people you really want to see knocked down early game. It's Windrunner and Alchemist. And they've gotten a kill on the Alch so far. No kills on the Windrunner, but she's a slightly lower priority target.
Oh man.
TB coming in.
Yep.
And yeah, that is indeed enough.
Just gonna snag her to the tree there.
It's a good rotation. Definitely a good rotation for Radiant there. Smells like team spirit. Or, yeah. Though this is not quite so equivalent of a trade. Ogre Magi gonna die for free.
Oof, dead.
Yeah, although they did get the Windrunner.
Yeah, that is good. Wonder stuck
around.
Yeah, stuck around there a little
TA's
long.
sticking around in mid, but I feel like she really shouldn't. Like, a couple people on the enemy team could just show up and kill her if they really felt like it. Lion especially.
And Weaver just tried to dive there to get the revenge kill on Neeks and ended up dying himself. Both the safe lane on Team Spirit goes down for free, and another courier gets killed. Sand Kings this time. How
Oh,
many
the
is that so
humanity.
far? I think more couriers have died in this game alone than I've killed in my entire time playing this game.
I've lost count, and I'll be frank. I think we're sitting around 7 or 8 at this point.
Right. Feels like almost everyone's courier's gone down at least once, but yeah. That was just a set of not so great things for the Radiant. A good kill on Windrunner there, though everything else not so great. Losing both their safe lane for no retaliation, not so great. At the very least, Windrunner being gone has given TA the space to farm back up, though. Somebody else is also farming back up at a very similar rate, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, Alchemist. Getting these stacks here. Gonna super rush travels, as you do, I suppose.
Yep. Up.
Radiant's middle tower is
Mid
under
kill each other.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower
Windrunner really just wanted that kill on TA, I guess. Not a great trade for her. Not only did TA did die first, I guess, but no, TA died second. So even though she did get the kill in the end, I feel like not only is Windrunner a much bigger target for Radiant to get early game than TA is for the Dire, she didn't even get the XP for anything for it, and now Lion's just going to casually eat it. Just getting very casually jump behind his tower here. But on the other hand, we got more fun down here at the bot lane. It's very interesting. I would say, generally speaking, it's just, oh, well, that's it for
Oh,
Weaver.
no.
Very poor timing on the end of the Brewmaster ult, but it did not matter because Weaver had no mana and nowhere to go.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, it wasn't level 6 yet. So, I like the Radiant offlane response to this elk leaving. They just super pressure the tower, super pressure the line. Just put all the pressure they can on them.
Right.
Force them to return to lane.
There's two sort of doctrines on that. You either force them to return to lane by giving them pressure, or you force them to return to lane by going in the jungle and giving them hell. And against that lineup, it's kind of hard to see go into the jungle and give them hell. I think it's possible to be very risky. Lion
Barely
getting
missed it.
smashed.
Still pressuring the line, yeah.
Just
He's,
barely missed the stun on. Ooh,
not
we got
doing
a
too great.
gank coming. I think someone coming for gank.
It looks like
Ner.
Windrunner is just windrunning there.
Sand King's right for the pick and right. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, yep. Good stun, but it is not enough.
Yep, yep. And immediately the focus fire onto the other target.
Who's gonna go down more than likely. Nope.
Middle tower
She is
Tree
the
walk
juke
gave her
connection.
exactly what she.
Oh.
Oh,
very
yeah.
good stun on Windrunner. That was snap. That was like a frame perfect shackle on her part. Hoodwink cannot be happy after that.
Well, the advantage has tipped very heavily into Dire's favor. Yep, even further now that Weaver bid it again. Yikes.
Yeah, this is starting to go south for Radiant real fast. They were doing pretty good for the first few minutes of lane phase, but things are really starting to fall off the tracks here.
Yeah, rather ironically, Radiant's going to be dealing with Alchemist Radiance in a minute.
Yep. The Alchemist Radiance that's on the team Radiant Straits. The
Yeah.
not
Who's
not
playing
only
Dire?
yeah, not only did Radiant just lose pretty much everybody on their lineup in sequence there to some degree, but it also bought Alchemist a lot of time to just go jungle somewhere else. Sand King wants to try and get his heat back on him, but nope, you just aren't going to deal with that alcohol. That's one sort of weakness on the Radiant lineup as a whole, as far as the early game goes. Nobody is going to be able to deal with the alcohol early, and in fairness, there aren't many heroes that
Or
can.
something.
You see, this is where I was coming from when I said that AA would be a valuable counter to Alchemist very quickly, because it forces him to very, very early in go for a BKB rather than a Radiance. He has to play defensively until he's got the right items for it.
Right.
Unfortunately, they made it work.
Yep.
There's that Radiance, speaking of Radiance, which is not good. I
Right.
believe that's the
Good
most
timing.
valuable item in the game right now.
Dire's
Not
middle
like
tower is under
in
attack.
Dota 2, I mean the most valuable item in this match right now. Let's check out this net worth. Holy crap, that's
Yeah.
not a good sign.
That's weird.
Oh my god. Weaver's not even halfway towards what Sand King's got. That is a bad. Oh.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
That's a
this
bad
is
sign.
this is not a good net worth chart. Weaver is really not doing considerably better than Dire's supports. That's a
You know, I'm usually the advocate for fight until you're bleeding from your knuckles here, but I gotta say, this is not looking good.
Weaver's definitely got to take a powder. He definitely can't afford to just keep the offensive up, and it's a very tough situation for Radiant to be in because Weaver's not going to be able to fight for a long time. But on the other hand, you know, that Alk plus the Windrunner, who really never got countered in at any point in the lineup, is pretty much just a hanging death sentence on their
TA's
head.
about to die a very gruesome death,
Sand
maybe
King
even Sand
kinda
King.
sees it coming.
Dire's top tower is under
Breaks the
attack.
smoke there.
Oh!
boy.
He broke the
Speed on
smoke, and
that
now the
stun.
smoke will break him.
He died in only a couple seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ogre Magi
Yeah,
stepping
smelted.
forward. He's got a great
Oh,
multicast on Illusion.
Oh no, she went for the illusion!
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that is tragic.
Oh, buddy. She's gonna die, I think?
He is taking
No,
so
that-
much damage.
That shield came up at the perfect time. They do not have vision back here.
Oh, the turnaround. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Mine just-
caught by the nice stun. Holy crap.
Double shackle through the trees.
Oh, Brew's gonna
Down
get
goes
away.
Brew. Nope.
No.
Down goes Bro. Lion, I
Ah,
believe,
caught
fingered
him
TA with a
again.
shield. Lion dies for his
Ooh.
sins.
Oh, damn. Neeks. Oh, he wasted it. Oh, he didn't get the turnaround. And again, Wind Ranger. Oh, fantastic power shot.
Uh-oh. Big man's here. This ain't
Yeah, he
the
is.
this ain't the time to fight him either.
The belt.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh no, Sand King's got the belt too.
Radiant's bottom
They're so desperate for TA. They will stop at nothing to kill her. They just won't though.
Oh, my God. This is bloody.
This is crazy. Neeks just
Oh.
Oh no, that was
No,
such
not yay.
that was so
Oh.
unfortunate
Wait,
for
is
the
she gonna die to the?
Radiant.
She gonna die to the burn?
Nope.
Oh.
She is
fine. I believe like
Oh.
on the max of that power shot, she just got caught.
Yeah, that was incredibly unfortunate. Well,
Oh my god.
that started off great for the Radiant. That started off such a good team fight. Unfortunately, ended with all their cores dying again. To Alchemist mostly. So,
Oh,
ugh.
Neeks. I have to express a bit of frustration here. Neeks does not have any points of mana burn.
Ah, you're right.
I mean, they're winning, but mana burn would be a fantastic way of putting PA permanently out of commission, including Ogre Magi.
Yeah. TA, Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi in particular, very vulnerable to mana burn because he's very highly mana dependent, but he does not have a great pool. Good for Hoodwink as well. Dude, Alchemist is
Blinked
crazy.
right in onto him. He is not scared. He's got nothing to
Ogre
fear.
is.
He's got Radiance, a Blink, and he has his ult up and running at level 2. There is nothing in the way of this man's victory.
Yeah, it's very... Oh, well, Ogre came back, and that was not the play. It's a very unfortunate situation right now as Alchemist can just kind of force 100% of Radiant's entire, like, concentration, just make the entire game all about him here. While,
Ooh,
oh,
Brew's in
he's-
trouble.
Alchemist is in a little trouble now. It's not a great place to
He
be stunned.
should not have stuck around for this.
Yeah.
Oh
Ouch.
boy.
He
Should
died
not have
for,
uncorked that.
honestly, not as much money as expecting. I guess all of his money is purely in gold earned and not in kills.
Dire just keeps fighting around that sentry with a sentry
Oh,
of their
no.
own. They are not
Ooh,
doing good
Lion's
for
gonna
it.
die for this.
It's just
Alright.
another one down.
4 for no.
Yep. What a
Alright,
turnaround.
they still have that 4K advantage from Alchemist. Radiance basically on its own.
Right.
They didn't
But-
get Windrunners, but that's less of a disaster than it could have been, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, she did a lot of damage with that power shot.
The big notable thing is, you know, if you look at who the kills went to, it's pretty much all Sand King, which is almost unfortunate for the Radiant. I feel like of their cores, he's the guy who can use that money the least effectively, basically. Especially considering the final destination for it is a Yules, which, hey, nothing wrong with a Yules on Sand King or anything, but gee, it's not what you want to see as like your highest value item, you know? Just not the kind of item that gets results.
It's nothing compared to like a Deso and TA or whatever she's buying.
Right. See what she does have. Yeah, she is buying Dessa. Yeah, that would have been very, very convenient for her to get that money. Which, hey, the Dire being dead is great for the Radiant right now. And getting kills on those guys, especially getting kills on Alchemist so casually. You know, he was a little just overconfident in trying to use that little stun of his. Speaking of overconfident, he might have let his confidence get him again here. He's so bad,
he's fine.
Everybody's
He's
here.
He's fine. He dodged the armor break strike.
Thinking.
Nope, nobody wants to deal with that. Everybody's a little afraid of what the Dire are going to do, but the Dire are a little busy with something else right now.
Ooh. Weaver gets deleted in less than 3 seconds.
Yep.
Yep, Weaver just gets knocked off the face of the planet.
Ooh.
And
Ooh, he is not
now.
out of the woods yet. He is not out of the woods.
Sand King in a little trouble. Lion is up. I don't believe, yeah. Brewmaster does not have ult here. Oh, he does.
Oh! Sand King gets the ult off, but it does nothing in the face of this avalanche of damage. Ooh.
Right. It's a Greevil 3 kill for Alchemist.
Yep.
That Radiance is doing Dire a lot of good in one very specific sort of niche role. In that it's giving Alchemist a lot of the technically final bits of damage to get kills here. Which is huge for them.
Another really good shackle shot, and she's gone.
Yep. Hoodwink just gets eliminated from the competition here.
Hoodwinked, winked in the wrong hood.
Yep. This is very, very bad for Radiant. If you're Radiant, how do you pull the nose up on this? If you're Team Spirit, how do you pull the nose up?
You know, I just thought of something looking at Alex net worth. He is doubling everyone else just about.
He sure is. Unfortunately, it's not really an answer to the question here. I mean, in a way it is. But it's not really the answer I was looking for. Sand King might have got a bridge too far here. He does have that tower, though. They have not taken this T1 yet. That is one good thing. They're doing a lot better for kills there.
Oh, that's a misplay right there.
Out. But he has his ult. Nope. He's fine. He is completely okay. Brewmaster's ult also up. They can definitely take this fight here. Tier 1 is still up. I don't think anybody cares. Sand King just goes down for free.
Oh, wow, Neeks barely escapes death.
Yeah, Neeks couldn't have had more than 20, 30 health at the end of that.
You don't have the Templar here. She's pushing bot lane.
Right. And looks like Ogre Magi is going to be the next one to fall. Just completely eats it. Windrunner is godlike.
Godlike Windrunner, yeah.
Not a good thing to see. Both teams sort of glyph at each other. TA really is not going to be able to effectively push out this tower. Next wave is so long away. They can easily just TP in and deal with her, and just the threat of that lying over her head means that the longer she spends here, the higher risk she's in. Dire, though, they don't want to make TA run that risk. They're thinking about Roche, putting some thought in it at least. Just casually doing the enemy jungle.
They have an okay Roche lineup.
As long as the Alex ult is up, he can pretty much just easily tank it, especially with Roche being drunk and all that.
We're gonna do it.
TA does get the T2 at bot, which is a bigger objective than it looks on paper.
Oh, here they come, here they come.
Oh,
here we go.
Oh man, Brewmaster just crumbles to dust. He has to Primal Split to live, but Roche ignores the Dire and just beats the hell out of Sand King, who just eats it. That's so unfortunate for him. They did get Windrunner, and that's a very big objective at this point. But
how much did she die for?
687.
Ouch, that's bad. But it's still nowhere near Alchemist. Oh no!
Oh my god.
Barely gets out of that.
Really? Oh my god.
Hoodwink still wants it, dude. Hoodwink is hungry for battle here.
She's just obstructing the Roche attempt, basically, which is a play.
I can't help but laugh. Neeks almost got bodied by Roche.
That would have been the saddest thing in the world. Looks like Radiant might want to snap Roche up here. They're certainly looking right at him.
It's certainly a highly contested Roche.
Yeah.
Did Roche just smack the TA trap?
I think Sand King might have misclicked it there.
Oh, wow,
Sorry.
that was a fantastic power shot.
Alk blinked away right before he got burrowed.
Right. Nix goes in, going for Weaver, but does not like what he finds. Unfortunately for Radiant, once again, just kills keep going to the supports and nobody else.
Oh,
Sand
boy,
King's here to
Sand King.
steal, maybe? He doesn't get it. He certainly doesn't get it. Now he's in a load of hurt.
Yeah, he got stunned by the blue rock.
Alk blows up.
Yeesh.
Alk blows up and still gets a kill on him from the Radiance in the 7-up combination. Jeez.
Dire's middle tower is under
They are in a real rough spot right now.
Yeah, this went from how do you turn the nose up to what the hell do we do now? This is getting nightmarish for the Radiant.
How do you stop the bleeding?
How do you stop the bleeding at this point? It's a very difficult question. It's not easy to answer.
My opinion, it's sort of the caveman play, but they need to drop everything they're doing and focus solely on murdering either Alk or Wind Ranger first in the start of these fights, then go for the other, and pray it works out.
Right, at this
They
point,
need to reverse the gold advantage.
At this point, it really doesn't matter if they lose 3 or 4 to kill either one of those guys, because it's still going to be a net worth advantage, and it's going to knock out their ability to do objectives quite so easily. Because this is the biggest thing they got going
they're
for. When
only-
everybody's up, they can just play Demolition Crew and just get away with it constantly.
Exactly. Their only real tower damage comes from Alk and Wind Ranger, so it still stands up.
They're smoking here. Smoking for TA, perhaps. They are,
Not. If I were this TA, the hair would be standing up on the back of my neck. This is an overwhelming premonition of you are about to die.
But, she's not reading the signs. And, here comes
Oh,
Windrunner.
no, Windrunner.
Windrunner gets there first.
Bad place to blink.
Perhaps
He's gone.
yeah, the worst person for it to be at first, and Neeks comes in to snake the kill.
Yeah.
Then she gets tipped. That's unfortunate.
Sad.
I don't think
This
that
is not the
necessarily
point to be
deserved a
going for
sarcastic
solo
tip.
pushes. This team has phenomenal ability to jump in and kill you in seconds flat. You cannot be running around playing the one-man army.
Right, I think TA's on the Bizarro World playbook here as well. Gotta agree with that. Radiant's advantage is still in team fights, and as we saw at that fight at the Roche Pit, a big, concentrated, organized, concerted team fight from them still does a lot of damage, gets some high-value targets very quickly. And again, TA was not even there for that fight. But TA is trying to play the one-man catch-up game. That's not gonna be a.
Yeah, we're playing the tier 2 trade-off game right now. We got several people down here at bot, and we got the whole team actually, and now looks like we got Radiant up top trying to push in that tier 2, but they are being a lot more lackadaisical about it. It's not working out.
Yeah, the Dire's ability to push just so dramatically outclasses Radiance. They really just can't do anything about it.
That's
few
for sure,
people are
but yeah.
few people are realizing, hey, we gotta go home, but they're still gonna at least lose.
Oh,
chunk of
they
this
got
stuff
Alk.
before.
Nah, they're not going to follow up on anything. I feel like Sand King should have capitalized on and gone straight for Alk's head, even if he has Aegis.
Kinda happy.
Well, there's the ult, but unfortunately they were waiting for it. They split up.
Alk
and
goes,
he's dead.
Alk goes right down, but Aegis is right back up. He doesn't have ult, but it doesn't really matter much because TA's
Oh.
melted. That's the core's down. Only Weaver is remaining, and I don't think he's going to be able to do much. This is the first rags of the game here. Seems to be a very consistent trend in this tournament. First rags going down. Radiance melee rack spot. Alk and Brewmaster still want to make that room over here to make it happen, but not going to get any kills for it. That's fine. That's not what they're here for. They're here for this tower, and this tower they will be getting. Redwing just trying to delay game, but to no avail. Everybody on Radiant trying so hard to stop this without actually getting in the line of fire. It's a very
They
bad
can't
sign
really
for them.
afford to is the problem. They still have the firepower advantage. Like, they can do decent damage, but they don't have enough to drop somebody immediately like the Dire has. And it's like I said, the Dire has the ability to pick any of their heroes off within a volley or two of at least 3 people's worth of abilities, instantly. And when you have the whole team focus firing on somebody, it's death.
Speaking of focus
Oh.
fire on somebody, Lion got the fire focused on him, and he experienced that quick death. Alchemist
That's
just...
a BKB pop,
Yep.
and he's just going for it.
Oh, Weaver is just...
Whoa,
can't
that
ult.
barely missed him.
He can't ult. If he ults, he dies instantly, but luckily he didn't need to.
Oh, TA is being focused down. They don't have anything to stop this. Sand King not around to do anything about it.
Oh,
But
Power shot.
Windrunner's just not able to seal the deal. They're having to back off here.
That's kind of bad, actually. Oh boy!
Sand King tries to turn things around, but Weaver dies for his trouble.
Weaver eats a really Okay.
Neeks sacrifices himself to get the two big cores out, and that, unfortunately for the Radiant, that was kills and that's good. But you really haven't accomplished anything if you haven't killed one of these two at the end of the fight, and they did not.
Wind Ranger and Alchemist are the absolute load-bearing pillars of this game, and if they don't, wait a minute. Alchemist's getting a little greedy here. Is he gonna do something about it? No.
Nope, they're a little worried about what he can do still. I think maybe there's a bit of a mental game going on, and it smells like Team Spirit isn't on the winning edge of it at the moment. They're just a little too afraid of Alk to jump him, even when they've got a massive advantage on the guy. If you notice, he really doesn't have much tank going on him. Like, the biggest source of tank is the strength from the BKB and the
plus his his ultimate. But
right.
I feel like at this point in the game, Alchemist could really go for something just absolutely punishing, something just cruel and unusual. It's the thing I like to see on Alchemist. Scythe of Vice.
He's getting
Could get a
swift blink.
scythe. Yep, he's getting that swift blink.
Titan Sliver too.
Yeah, the Titan Sliver. That's actually he just got that fairly recently. That's actually a pretty big little thing to have on his head. That status resistance in particular. Oh.
Ooh.
Windrunner stuck around up here, and
she fucked around and really found out.
It's very sad.
The Radiant's getting a lot of really good jungle items here in this tier. Quickening Charm is always something good to get. You've got that Paladin Sword, you got that Blast Rig. There's just 3 very solid items. They also have a pretty good kit in their T2, whereas on the Dire, it's not so much. I mean, you don't have anything bad here, but it's very sort of plain normal items, including that Elven Tunic that nobody can really use at the moment. Maybe Windrunner, when she pops back up, could probably sacrifice that Vambrace for it. Jungle items definitely favor Radiant.
Ooh, we got an oak going out over there. Sand King dies in inglorious fashion.
Yep, Sand King followed Windrunner's hallowed path of standing around for a little too long and just getting roasted here. Still, even with his death,
that's not a bad comeback item as far as Radiant's options go.
Oh, certainly.
Cloak of Flames. I mean, it's not as good as Radiance, but imagine if Alk had that. Oh.
Right.
Oh.
The biggest there's Alk's Swift Blink completed.
Ooh.
The biggest thing that Radiant had going from there was getting that Windrunner kill very casually. Ogre Magi sees that Alchemist says, "I want to have a fight," and then he says, "Maybe not," and walks away.
Got himself that shard.
He did. He's got his weird early Dota 1 ult now. The weird pre-Ogre Magi ult.
Yeah.
They're really looking for Alk here.
Alk dodges everything that Hoodwink has to throw at him.
And now,
not a single one hit.
Now Ogre Magi will be feeling the pain for it. Everybody goes in, and Alk gets the kill once again. It's
double damage.
Oh no, he got a Paladin Sword.
Oh, that is not good. He even got the. Oh my. This Alk's luck is through the roof. I feel like. Yeah,
he's taking that Paladin Sword.
He's gonna give Titan Sliver to Brew. That's not a bad idea either.
No, it's certainly not. Oh man, that's
TA.
Oh, she's winning.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
She is fine.
She reacted in time to a blink attack this time around. That's good. She's learning.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
She's finally getting that survival instinct kicking in. She's gonna need it.
Brewmaster got himself a bit of a refresher orb during that, by the way. That's
whoa! When the
plus eggs.
Oh,
so
that's
that's four primal splits, I believe, if I understand how this works.
Yeah, it refreshes charges.
Alright, well that's splits for days, baby.
There goes their entire high ground defense.
Yep. There goes their entire high ground defense, and look where the wave is here at mid.
Yeah, Sand King is unironically their biggest deterrence factor towards big pushes, and he just popped back. Okay. I don't know if they're going to be afraid of that, though.
Yeah, not only are they not afraid of that at this point, it's hard to say. They should be. They're just casually eating this Rax. Nobody can get even close to this.
Are fortified.
Is this it? I mean, Radiant's all here. Just not going out.
God, Alk is terrifying.
Yeah, but he sure is. Nobody wants to even come close to
Alk
this.
is
Sand King
literally
does
double
good.
most others. Oh
But,
no, Sand King's focused down again.
Sand King ult goes down, and it is a good ult to his credit, but unfortunately he just
He
can't.
might actually get away with this.
No, he's dead to the Radiance, I think.
Yep,
Yep.
and the burning. Yeah, he's gone. Oh,
They got
Lion's just.
Winter during that.
Oh, they want Lion. They're gonna get him.
They're gonna get Weaver and Ogre too.
Ogre
though.
is not too far. Oh, he's gone.
Turn for Weaver is a
Ogre
smart choice.
has a chance to get away, maybe.
Yeah, they're splitting shots here. They're chasing two rabbits, as you might say.
Ogre's fine.
You know, there's an old Native American saying: if you chase two rabbits, you'll lose them both. And
Well, clearly whoever
Yeah,
said that
yeah,
can't
that
turn
works.
into 3 people at once.
yeah, I guess that's
That's
true. Well, no, they decided to stop chasing those two rabbits. They found the one they
apart.
wanted more than anybody else.
He's
and,
just gonna sit there with the Radiance. Yeah, she's gone.
Oh,
Oh, barely.
Ooh.
Oh,
And they get
Oh,
Alk
my-
on the way back. Oh, that's
That-
pretty big.
That's big, but it might be too late for that big of a play. They
Yeah.
are 2 racks down, but they still have their tier 2 at top. It's not over yet, but they have to fight 2 waves of supers, and that is definitely something you don't want to deal with.
Bruce out of tricks. He's got nothing left.
He's just gonna take his death like a man. Oh no.
Radiant just
Neeks is
running them
also
over
on
in
options
response.
yep, they're gonna run them out of the base here.
Oh.
A Windrunner looking for a little bit of revenge. We'll get it.
Oh, the TA dies in. Oh, that was a shit a streak. Okay.
Yeah, she got all those kills. It was the first time in the game that Radiant luck.
And that is how you completely undo a counter advantage in 1 death.
Yep.
Look at that net worth. Look at that net worth.
Windrunner play is very sharp in this game.
It's true. Yeah.
You
It's a
give her
very-
even a small opening, and you are getting bound to a tree and then pummeled.
It's very unfortunate for the Radiant because the biggest problem they've been having during this entire game is that very consistently they've been having to deal with the supports ending up unintentionally, mind you, just from the nature of their heroes, just from having the ignite. Sand King's not a support, but that cloud around him getting a lot of kills too. That was the first time they really got some kills on a target. They really wanted to have those kills, but it did not stick. And uh-oh, well, they got found out here at the worst possible time.
Oh dear.
Ogre Magic died on
Oh,
screen.
dear.
Alk
Oh,
snatched the
snatched it.
Aegis! Oh
Yep.
no, baby, that's horrible!
Oh, that is GG, I think.
It might legitimately be.
4
I
dead.
call it. If I was
2 buybacks, minute respawn, 1 set of racks left in a tier 2. This is over.
yeah. God damn, if I was captain on
do
Smells
that.
Like Teen Spirit, I'd definitely GG that. That's just
Gonna do
heartbreaking.
one little defense here.
They're not going to give him the
One left,
satisfaction
go
of the GG. They're going to make him. They're going to make him go through the siege, try to just waste as much time as possible. But I don't really think it's going to matter at all. Alchemist is not even thinking about this funny. Well, I guess he is thinking about this funny fountain farming.
Ooh,
He
he
really
might pay
shouldn't
for
be.
it.
He's not strong enough to do this. Learns what's good for him and immediately just turns around and just beats the ancient
Ooh,
down.
wow, that was some burst damage.
Yep, but unfortunately, speaking of
The
burst
Ancient
damage,
pays for it, and he's just back up.
Well, that's it.
And that is the Ancient.
right?
G, bloody G.
Bloody G. First victory goes to the Radiant Straits, and boy, what a victory it was.
Really well executed game, actually. The Windrunner, especially.
Yeah, Radiant Straits has a very similar advantage to them that I think Twisted Willow has. I think to not quite so much of a degree, because I do feel like there is a bit of a couple of odd men out in the way their supports kind of play with each other. But they have a really good, really solid, really well-oiled machine of a team. They when they're working together, they're definitely on the same wavelength. They've got that same sort of idea of what they should be doing, and that was all over this game. That was just they came in with a game plan. They came in with everybody knowing what to do to execute it, and for the most part, they got it absolutely right. In particular, the sort of chemistry between Lambert on Alchemist and Princess, who I believe is their captain. I might be wrong about that. It'll be in the description. Princess, their pause too, was really good. Just they always sort of knew what the other one was doing and what they should be doing to sort of match with that. You know, like early on in the game, it was just Alchemist was just taking up all the capacity of the Radiant, while Windrunner was just eating buildings for breakfast by herself. You know, that sort of thing. Really well oiled. I will say I don't want to or mean to dwell on the negative here. I think Radiant's counterplay to this strategy was very poor. They just kind of tried to deal with this in the wrongest manner possible, trying to mix the 4 protect 1 with the rat didn't work. Trying to make the 4 protected Templar assassin really didn't work, and I think Weaver in particular just having to go along with it really did not do him any favors because he
Yeah,
could
I'm not
not.
sure what happened to the Radiant safe lane. Well, you know, the actual Radiant, not the Radiant Straits. Uh, Team Spirit safe lane, no clue what happened there, but Weaver got super shut down.
Well, I
Right.
can tell you exactly what happened. You see, Weaver, when he has to go up against an enemy comp that has the ability to generally shrug off damage that you throw his way, like, it's not safe to attack Neeks, because Neeks can just hit Carapace like that, and instantly you're stunned, and you're wide open, you can't Shikuchi out, you can't do anything. You're completely vulnerable, and being stunned is the one thing that prevents Weaver from acting generally in any case. It is the one thing he can't actively counterplay against.
I mean, I can
And-
tell you more directly what sort of happened down in the safe lane is that Neeks and Brewmaster got a load of kills on both Ogre Magi and his couriers, more notably, and as a result,
That is true.
Weaver was starved for items and gold, and Brewmaster and Neeks were up it, so they were just able to leverage the money advantage early on, which was smart of them. It was smart of them to do
Though
this.
I have to add to that and
Stop 'em.
say that rather, to be fair, that it was entirely their fault their couriers got killed. Like, they kept calling them in, weren't really paying attention where those things were traveling along, and they know that Ogre's got wards in there. They're very well aware that he's
Neeks has got
doing
wards
hard
in there.
support. Yeah, yes, right. My bad. But you understand where I'm coming from here. Like, they've got sentries, they've got vision, they know what's going on in that jungle, and they keep
Right.
calling their couriers through it. They're going to get sniped because Neeks isn't really in a position to, you know, go out of his way to kill couriers, but when they get dragged right in front of his face, he's going to kill them.
Right.
Yep.
It wasn't great. Sand King was doing good on the other side of the coin. Sand King was doing good in response to it, but I think they played a little bit better around that sort of happening. There were certainly more courier kills at bot than there were in the rest of the lanes combined. I think that had a much more drastic impact on the game than maybe people sort of would give it credit for at first glance, because Weaver at the end of lane had nothing. He had no items, he had like very little farm. He couldn't be calling regen in because his supply lines were down. He couldn't be calling items in. I think there was a point where maybe it would have just been a better idea for Weaver to just turn around, go home, pick something up, and come back in. It would have just, you know, he would have lost the XP there, but he would have at least gotten something that might have kept him alive. It's very unfortunate. It's a hero you definitely don't want to have that happening to. You're very item dependent early as Weaver, so it was a very good strategy on Dire's part to just try and starve out the supply lines. And in unfairness, I suppose you could say, I will agree that Radiant probably didn't really do enough to circumvent that. Eventually got to the point where they were just pulling him right in and just not really thinking much about it. And as well,
Yeah.
in the mid game, doing the 4 protect 1, having the Weaver have to be part of that 4 protecting that 1 really did him no favors. He just had no money, nothing to do. He was basically playing support Weaver here this game. His net worth is not terribly higher than Ogre Magi. It's lower than Hoodwink. It's just a little higher than either of Dire's supports. Which I will say, I do think the complete lack of money on Dire supports could be a bit of a problem if they pull that again. That is a weakness that could be exploited, because, you know, Dire supports down there were very low leveled. They were very low in farm, and through most of the game they were getting very casually picked. In a second game, you could easily sort of, if you were looking for something to leverage as an advantage, and it's not like they're like not super bad for them. It's not bad play to be in that sort of position, especially with those hungry cores on top of your team. But it
Yeah.
is a weakness. It is a weakness, and it can be exploited. So, it is something to consider if Dire runs the same strategy in the next game.
We
I can
shall see.
tell you this much: the biggest thing that Radiant could get some benefit out of would be being a bit more daring the playbook. The 4 protect the 2 strategy just did them no favor. I know that's kind of the funny meta right now, but it really did not for the defending team. Did not do them any favors there. They did not have the lineup for it, and it was just really not the right play for them.
It didn't
So-
help that the heroes they picked as far as damage goes really needed time to get their damage out. Ogre needs to cast multiple spells or hope for a lucky multicast. Hoodwink just needs time to set up her ult. TA needs to start really whittling people down with those power hits. Sand King needs time for his ult pulses to actually make their play. And Weaver generally relies on his bugs to get the armor strip going, but they just couldn't kill people fast enough.
Right.
Compared to Radiant Straits' team, they just had all the burst power they needed, and they even had 2 strong rapid-fire carries. That's the strong setup. You couldn't play against that. No
Right.
one can tank that indefinitely.
They were smart getting that halberd out on the Sand King, but that was the most they were able to do out of it.
Well, the problem was he was already being focused pretty hard. I mean,
Right.
in most fights, you get Tornado and then instantly just dogpiled. He had no ability to go against that. I mean, look at his deaths. It speaks for itself.
Right. Yeah,
They knew who needed to die in these fights.
and that is a credit to Dyer for being able to shut him down rather than like a discredit to him, because I don't think it was really on him that was happening quite so much. He was just the guy who had to be in that spot. It's not easy being the pause 3 in a game that goes like this. I can tell you that from experience. You're going to have a lot of deaths. It's just as simple as that, because you're going to have to be the guy who's going to be sit there. And you're going to have to go in first even when it's dangerous, and you're going to have to oftentimes bite the bullet for your pause 1 or pause 2. So having a KDA like that might look really, really bad on the surface, but I think in this case it's definitely understandable for him. So yeah, hopefully in the next game we'll see a bit more of a sort of competitive match. See if Smells Like Team Spirit turns it around. I do think they played competently enough that if their doctrine is good, they could definitely make a more equitable match in the next fight, if not come out on top. So, we'll see you then.